Hey, 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 it's Krystal The Goddess, and I'm the creator and owner of the House of Divinity. And welcome to the House of Divinity Podcast, a place where we have divine discussions, all about raising your vibration, activating and aligning your chakras, and really just tapping in and being your most divine goddess self. Now, let's get to the episode. Hey, 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 welcome back to another episode of the House of Divinity Podcast. I'm your host, Krystal The Goddess, and I'm so excited to be here. Let's go ahead and dive in, okay? Today I want to talk about showing up, or let me just stop playing with y'all. You don't have to show up 100% of the time, all the time. But let me elaborate, right? Because I'm like trying to find the words and press pause. Like, let's take a moment to zoom out and analyze what just happened there. Like, that was the perfect example of like, Krystal, you're trying to find the perfect words. You don't need the perfect words. Just show up, right? I know I want to have a conversation with y'all. I know what my topic is. I don't need to word it. I don't need to be stumbled, right? Or concerned about like, are you using the right words? The words will come. Just show up. The words will come, right? Where are all my crystal lovers? Whether that's you or someone you love, I have the perfect gift. Shop our manifestation crystal tumblers. We have the largest selection of crystals to choose from. So no matter what you're trying to manifest, whether it's love, joy, peace, protection, we have the crystal perfect for you. Whether it's your zodiac sign. I know how much we love our zodiac signs. Shop the crystal tumbler that matches your zodiac sign and get the healing that you deserve. Healing in 1, 2, 3 easy steps. Fill your tumbler with water. Allow it to sit 20 to 30 minutes so that the water can absorb the vibration of the crystals. And then after that 20, 30 minutes is over, you drink the water. Step 3. And the water inside our bodies matches the vibration of the water that we are drinking, and it will internally raise your vibration and activate your chakras and activate the cells within your body. So shop the largest selection now, perfect for fruit-infused drinks, teas, and of course water. Shop now and get this healing delivered right to your doorstep. See you in checkout. Bye. Right? So moment, that's me zooming out, analyzing what just happened, showing the magnifying glass so that y'all can see. Now I'm zooming back in and coming back to it, right? But you don't have to be 100% all the time, sis. Like, you really don't. There's this idea, when I say 100%, I'm thinking like 100% happy. You know, we all want joy. We all want peace. We all want love. But if we get hung up on this expectation that we're supposed to be happy and peaceful and joyful 100% of the time, there's a quote that I love. And it said, no expectations equals no disappointments. And I know I told somebody that one time and they were like, whoa, who hurt you? What hurt you? And I'm like, it's not about being hurt. It's about the freedom that you gain from expectations, right? And I've seen this so many times where, and I've done this myself, right? Which is why I have that quote in my toolbox. You know, I'm like in the back of my mind, but in my toolbox, my mental toolbox anyway, because we get so hung up on like, oh, well, you know, in a relationship, we expect our spouse to do X, Y, and Z. And when they don't do it, we're pissed, we're frustrated. At work, we expect, you know, our supervisor to be a certain way. We expect our coworkers to be a certain way. Our friends, we have friendship expectations. When people don't meet those expectations, we're disappointed, right? We get caught up on this expectation that we're supposed to be happy all the time. And when we're not happy 100% of the time, that's where the depression, right? We start to question if we're feeling depressed. We start to question if things are going wrong. The fact that things are not the way you want them to be is one thing, but then you add a scoop of weight on it because you're like, fuck, like, I'm not happy. Fuck, like, why are things not going my way? Why are things going so bad? Why can't things go the way I want them to? But sis, divine timing, everything is happening the way it needs to happen. Every lesson, every experience that you have, there's something to be learned from that, right? So instead of getting hung up and stuck on the fact of like, this thing on my way. Yes, feel it. Feel the emotion. You can be frustrated, but understand that like, I'm not happy about what happened. but I don't have to get stuck here, right? Analyze. This is what happened. This is how I feel. Now, what can I learn from this? Maybe you're thinking about like, well, how could I have avoided this outcome, right? Because that's the lesson learned. Ooh, I did it this way and I didn't like how that turned out. Next time I'm going to do it differently. So instead of getting stuck in like, I'm so mad that it didn't go my way. I'm so mad that, life is not perfect and life is not going according to its plan, whether it's a long-term plan, a short-term goal, a long-term goal or a short-term goal, whatever it may be. Instead of getting so hung up on that, now you're able to sit and think, how does this experience contribute to the outcome of my life? How does this experience, how is it in alignment with my life, right? What am I supposed to learn from this? How is this experience supposed to shift and impact the person that I am, right? Because we get so hung up on this 100%, I just want to be happy and joyful. If we never had any of those frustrating moments, any of those sad, angry, those negative moments, we would not appreciate the joys. We would not appreciate the happiness because we'd be like, this is normal for me. I'm always happy. Yeah, things always go my way. Hey, goddess, are you feeling tired and overwhelmed by the humdrum of everyday life? Are you feeling like it's time to get away and change the scenery? Do you feel like you need some time to connect with self, connect with spirit, disconnect from the digital world? You know what I'm talking about? Do you feel like you need to change your friend scenery? You want to be around some other goddesses, some like-minded, high vibrational, in tune with their divinity type goddesses? Or do you just like to travel? How about this? Are you my self-care goddess, into holistic wellness and all things about keeping our chakras in alignment and our energy high and our vibrations high? If so, let me tell you something. I have just the thing for you. The House of Divinity is going to Costa Rica. Yeah. You see what I did there? We are going to Costa Rica for our 2024 Goddess Retreat. Come along because you are cordially invited. Yes, this is only for the goddesses. Sorry, fellas, not this time. We are going to disconnect with the digital world. We reconnect with Mother Earth, reconnect with Spirit. We'll indulge in goddess workshops, chakra workshops, manifestation workshops, plant medicine workshops. We'll also go out and receive all the healing that Costa Rica has to offer. We'll go ahead and visit the hot springs for a day of relaxation and pampering. We'll go ahead and tap into our adventurous side, honey. Yes, we are going to be walking through the treetops of the jungle, of the rainforest, to see all of the ecosystem that lives up in the sky. Okay, not really the sky, but the trees are so high, you're gonna feel like you're in the sky. Come along for the ride, okay? All things holistic wellness. Tap in, tune in with self, indulge in fellowship with other goddesses. Yes, this is exactly what you need. Reserve your spot today. It is limited and we are guaranteed to sell out, and you wanna be there. I'm Krystal The Goddess. I'll be your host. We're gonna have a good time. Book now. It's right there in the description, in the caption, all of the things. Reserve your spot. More deets available in the description. Go ahead, send me an email, personal DM if you want to know more. If you have more questions, I'm available. Can't wait to see you. Bye. Mind you, one of my mantras is, the universe is always looking out for me. I say that even when things don't go my way. The universe avoided, protected, whatever, my ancestors, my spirit guides, whoever was working that day, that shift, whatever, right? Like, even when it doesn't go my way, they were still looking out for me. Maybe they saved me from something. Maybe they're protecting me from something. Maybe this ain't the time. Maybe I ain't ready. And reality is, you're not ready. Because if you were ready, and that's another rant, but if you were ready, you would have what you were ready for. If you were ready, the universe would have blessed you with it. The universe would have granted you that. So you're not ready. You're wondering, why is it taking so long? Because you're not ready. It's not the time. You still have work to do. And that may or may not be on topic of what we're talking about, but it was something that needed to be said, right, in this moment. So going back to not being able to appreciate the joys and the happiness and the positives in life. We can't have 100% happiness. That's not realistic. And I don't want any of us getting hung up on this goal of 100% happiness. Yes, I want to feel good all the time. Yes, you're going to feel good, but you can find happiness in all things, right? You can find the joy in all things. Oh, this didn't go the way I wanted to, but I love that this happened. Oh, I didn't get that promotion, but at least I love that I still get to be with the people that I'm with. I love that I still get to keep this job. I love that I still get to, like, where's the joy? Find the joy in everything. And this may sound contradictory, right? Because Krystal, you're saying you can't have 100% happiness, but you're saying find the happiness that you can create 100% happiness. But my point in saying we can't have 100% happiness is to say, like, you're not going to be 100% happy all the time, right? And so my point is to appreciate those moments that may not have the best outcomes or the ideal outcomes that you were looking for. Appreciate the moments where you are growing through something. Not going, but growing through something. Because every experience is an opportunity to grow. Again, growth happens outside of our comfort zone. So if we're always feeling good, feeling happy, having all these positive things, what are you learning? How are you growing and developing as the goddess that you are? How is that ever going to happen? How? I mean, if you know, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the below somewhere. Let me know in my DMs. Like, how? How are we going to grow? Because growth, I'm an educator, and there's something called the zone of proximity, right? And it's like, it's that zone right out. Like, if this is what you know, it's that zone right above what you know. And you teach here because they're able to pull some of that prior knowledge, some of that schema that they already know, and they're able to pull some of that to access this challenge that you're providing them with. And then what happens? What they know grows, right? So then you start to teach here, right outside that area that they know. This is that zone of proximity. This is where the growth happens. This is where we have those negative experiences. You could have a great experience, right? Random example, let's say you're an artist and you get signed and you're on concert. Whoo, positive. So much positivity, so much joy. However, in that moment, you got to deal with people. You got to deal with stage managers. You got to deal with, ticket sales. Like, all of those, how you handle that, how you handle dealing with the dancers and someone doesn't show up and the timing, right? And we're behind schedule. You have all this positive, but then you have this area right here where you have to push through that using the experience that you know, right? And you apply that to this new area that you're unfamiliar with, right? Or this new experience. I hope that makes sense. I'm positive it makes sense. If it doesn't, okay. I said I'm positive because I want to be positive. However, if you need me to elaborate, definitely let me know. Like, Krystal, what are you talking about? Zone of proximity, things like that. But I say all that to say there's science behind the growth that happens outside of our comfort zone. There's science in the growth that happens through the turmoil, the trials, the turbulence of life. So don't get hung up on these negative experiences. Yeah, sometimes they suck. Sometimes they make us frustrated and angry and sad. Feel that. Feel it. Don't suppress it. I'm never going to tell you to suppress it. I want you to feel it. And then I want to develop a plan. I want to think about, what can I learn from this? How do I move forward from this? How do I avoid it? If you didn't like it, solutions-based baby, solution-based goddess, like, what are we doing? What's the plan to avoid this next time? Yes, you learn from it. Learn the lesson. Don't keep, insanity is literally doing the same thing over and expecting a different outcome. So I'm not telling you to continue, I'm learning. No, babe. After the 18th time, I really like 17th. I was going to say umpteenth though. After the umpteenth time, we're not learning. You're just comfortable and complacent, and growth don't happen there. So I came on here today to remind us that it's okay not to be 100% happy all the time. I know depression is a buzzword, and I'm not taking away from the people who feel depressed and who feel sad and who feel anxiety. Those are real emotions. Those are chemical emotions that happen, chemical imbalances that happen within the body. I'm not saying those things do not exist. I'm not deflating, your experiences. I'm just saying that it's okay to not be 100% happy all the time. It's normal. No one's 100% happy all the time. Somebody was telling me, they were like, if you find somebody 100% happy all the time, they crazy. And again, that's something else going on chemically in their brain, right? So it's like, let's get comfortable. Let's normalize this balance. Let's normalize it's okay to feel sad. Let's normalize it's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay. I'm not telling you to be happy in every moment. I'm telling you to feel the moment. Acknowledge that emotion. Ooh, I'm so frustrated right now. Why are we frustrated? Could this have been avoided? What did I learn? Okay, I want that part to be very clear. I'm not saying you're not gonna feel these emotions. I'm saying allow yourself to be comfortable in those moments where you're not happy, instead of beating ourselves up over the fact that, like, I'm not happy, if that makes sense. Well, I believe that concludes our episode for today. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Hotep. Hotep is what our ancient ancestors in Kemet, how they would say peace. So it's peace, aka Hotep. So, Hotep. Have a peaceful day. Bye. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to the House of Divinity Podcast, where we have divine discussions for the gods and goddesses who want to raise their vibration, activate and align their chakras, and really just tap in and be their most divine goddess self. Thank y'all for tuning in. Remember, we also have our e-commerce store where you can shop custom crystal jewelry, home and beauty healing essentials such as crystal facial rollers, candles that are infused with herbs, essential oils, crystals, and so many more things. Check that out at House of Divinity by KTG.com. House of Divinity by KTG.com. Also, if you are in the LA area and would love to join us for one of our healing events, LA is in Los Angeles, go ahead and go to House of Divinity by KTG.com and go ahead and pull up on me. Also, if you're interested, we have our goddess retreat coming up, so go ahead and check that out as well. I look forward to meeting you. Thank you. Leave some comments. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Go ahead, if you have a question about anything, you want to talk to me about anything, feel free to send me an email at houseofdivinity@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you in my DMs, in my email, in the comments, and make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Thank you so much for your support. Until next time, bye.